Let's go across to Dr. Jaleel Parker, Senior Pulmonary Physician, Leelavati Hospital, Mumbai. We also have Dr. Sumit Ray, Head of Department, Critical Care Medicine, Holy Family Hospital. Thank you, doctors, very much for being with us on NDTV, and happy Doctors' Day. Like I said at the very outset, Shukriya is a very small word when it comes to thanking you for your selfless service in these unprecedented times. Dr. Parker, what's it been like in the last 1.5 years? It's been an extremely difficult time for doctors, frontline workers. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
Well, of course, it was a very difficult time, but we have tided over the crisis not once, twice. I think it is just the sheer resilience of the whole health fraternity, whether it is doctors. I think we should have this thing of inclusiveness where we should also consider the sacrifice by the nurses, the technicians, ward boys, nursing attendants, security, and even the people who serve these patients in COVID times in the wards, the hospitality. Hospitality also plays a very important role.
Yes.
So we have, we all have struggled. We've all had our ups and downs, frustrations coming in, fatigue coming in, tiredness coming in, irritability coming in. But I think at the end of the day, we feel for the patient, and that is why we all rise over these, times and see to it that we give our best to all the patients. And we are very, very grateful for the patients to having and their families to have bestowed their trust in us in treating them, though there are minor incidences, but those are minuscule. So we thank everybody for all the support they have given. We thank the ones who are outside, whether it is the police force, whether it is the fire brigade, the health workers. Yes. Everyone has sacrificed. Everyone has sacrificed, and the governments have done their best in seeing to it in these pandemic times, how to get over it. It's not easy. It's really not easy.
Yes. And Dr. Parker, I'm going to come back to you and ask you a little bit about your own experience of dealing with COVID and what that was like and what motivated you to go back to work irrespective. But let me bring in Dr. Sumit Ray into the conversation as well. Dr. Ray, we've seen you in action. Our NDTV team has shot with you inside the COVID-19 ICU. How difficult has this year been for you personally? Because, of course, professional challenges is something that we've seen, we've reported on. But this year has also come at a great personal cost to several frontline doctors like yourselves.
Well, personally, I don't think my story is that important. What is most important is that it has been a difficult year for the people of this country and the world. It has been a difficult year for healthcare workers in terms of the kind of work they have had to do. But who else could do it? We have been trained to do it. We should do it. Nobody else can do it.
Yes.
And there is no need to thank us for it. I personally believe there is no need to thank us for it. I and many of our generation has been trained in public medical colleges, paid for the people of this country. I could not afford a medical college education, like many of us in our generation, and even now. And it has been paid for by the poor people of this country, by their taxes and what they do. So I think it is the least we can do for the people of this country. And Doctors' Day is, well, a recognition for healthcare workers, but I also feel that these days are sometimes end up in tokenism. And I think it's important to understand and realize that we also need, as doctors, as healthcare workers, and our associations need to fight and put up the voice of the people to the government to improve healthcare services in this country, particularly public health, because not only people died during the pandemic, people became indebted because of healthcare.
Yes.
These are important things we should not forget.
Yes.
In our celebration of this day of doctors, our role as doctors goes way beyond our medical work.
Yes.
It goes to our social involvement that is important. As Barkov, one of the greatest physicians in the world, had said, medicine is not just a biological science, it's social science. And like all associations like the British Medical Association, other associations, we should demand and be the advocates of better health care for the people of this country.
Right. But Dr. Ray, when I asked you about the personal cost, I mean, doctors like yourselves who've been working tirelessly in COVID ICUs, how difficult has it been to put the interest of your patients above your own interests, above, meeting with your family or just going back home to your family? That's not been something that a lot of doctors, nurses have been able to do in now 1.5 years.
Well, in that sense, it has been physically, mentally, psychologically taxing. There is no doubt about it. And it's as our training should do and has done for us. Our patients should become the priority in a crisis like this over our personal problems. It's easier said than done, I know, I realize, particularly for people who are younger, who are not as privileged as many of us, who have smaller houses where they cannot isolate themselves from their family. These are important things. I understand that. It has been difficult times for them. Absolutely. And also more psychologically, the reason being that we have never lost so many patients in a short period of time. And that has its and triaging, etc. patients has its psychological effects on us. It affects us, it keeps us awake even after the surges have happened. At night, we think of those we could have done better for.
Right. Dr. Parker, you contracted COVID-19, you fought it and you came back. Doctor?
Yes, how should I express myself? I think, I was very much emotionally disturbed when I nearly died. And after I recovered, I sort of, used to have breakdowns practically every day, every moment, whenever my friends, my relatives, my well-wishers used to call me. And that was, my breaking down was not because of fear. My breaking down was for the immense love and affection that people had for me, who cared for me, who in those times you realize who your true friends are, who would stand by you. I did not know when I was in the ICU that they were running around the whole night trying to find out the search for the medicines that were available. More than that, most important was also the fact that you start realizing that all that you have around you, whether you have your car, you have your apartment, you have your bank balance, everything is of no use, believe me. And that is the time when you start introspecting and thinking as to, what have you achieved in life? And I think that we have achieved nothing. Now I am a changed man. My perception is different now than what it was earlier. All the luxuries of life have no meaning whatsoever. And I do feel for everybody who could not afford the services that we ourselves got. And that is why that is the factor which gives us encouragement to go and serve the poor again and again, again and again.
Right.
Though we are, as my colleague rightly said, that we are all emotionally disturbed, and that's a fact. People might laugh as to what we are saying, but it's a fact of life. You can't see people just dying, like this in a jiffy.
Yes. Well, indeed, it's been life-changing for viewers, for us as journalists, to see what's happened around us, and you've lived through it in flesh and bone. I want to also get a reaction from G.K. Khurana, General Secretary of the All India Government Nurses Federation. Thank you very much, Ms. Khurana, for being with us. Many nurses haven't gone home, haven't seen their families. They've just, been in hospitals. Many of them come from really far-flung areas. And, they continue this fight on the front lines. So many of them with a smile on their face, still just, going to work every day and serving patients. What's kept you going?
Actually, what the nurses are doing today, it is their habit from the beginning when they are trained. We are taught that you have to serve the human being, whatever the disease may be, whatever the condition of the patient may be. And this is very serious pandemic has come now in the country, but we have managed all the swine flu, the dengue, the so
Yes.
many diseases came across with her, and so many people getting infected. And even now, even the deaths are not much more as it should be, but many nurses got infected, and their families also got infected, and but they never stopped serving after quarantining themselves, and when they became all right, then again they joined duty to serve the COVID patients. So nurses are always frontline workers,
Yes.
and their families suffer. They leave their children. They stay away for many days in the hospitals, and the accommodation provided by the hospitals.
Yes.
So I think along with the doctors, they are also much more frontline workers, because the
Absolutely.
nurses have to manage much more than the doctors. The doctors have to examine the patient and give the order,
Yes.
but the nurses have to carry orders and get all things procured what are the needed for the patients,
Yes.
right from the bed sheet to the machinery, to the
Absolutely.
medicines, to everything. So they are more work than any other, and the doing duties with the PPE kit on, with the mask tied
Yes.
on your face, and with the to give comfort to the patient. It's really a very hard job, but it is our job, and we have been doing it, and we will be doing in future also.
Well, and this is the spirit that we salute today. Thank you all very much. G.K. Khurana, Dr. Jaleel Parker, Dr. Sumit Ray. Thank you very much. Shukriya. Not just for your time on NDTV, but for everything that you've done. Thank you.